What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Call 713 Music. You dig? Man, I'm coming today to talk to y'all about this. You know, I'm always at the work. I'm always working, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I do it on the clock, boy. I'm in the construction. You know, whatever. I ain't gonna say my title, but you know, I just wear vests every time I go outside. But that ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's look at it like this. You know, I've just been on YouTube. That's why I'm shooting my video. I've been watching a lot of videos today. True boxing fan. I watched a video with CB3, a couple other guys. Man, put it like this. This is what's happening in boxing. We all know that the fight with Mayweather Pacquiao not going down. I mean, Bob Arum gave Mayweather a deadline, July 16th. Which Mayweather didn't come through. Now, you know, the other, Saturday night, they heard that Mayweather has stated that he's not thinking about Manny Pacquiao right now. Then LB said a statement today that they haven't even got the negotiations from Top Rank. So, I mean, it's a he say, she said. I mean, so, but the fact of the matter is the fight is not happening. And maybe in 2011, who knows? I think it's bad for boxing, but it's good for boxing because right now you got Timothy Bradley on the rise, Devin Alexander, Amir Khan, Andre Berto, Paul Williams. You have a lot of superstars on the rise, and the heavyweight division is trying to come up. But I don't know. I think as long as the Klitschko's is dominant, it's going to be hard right now. I mean, the controversy with HBO, I think it's helping the heavyweight division. The controversy with the Klitschko's right now is really contributing. It's helping their career basically. Because I mean, it's like I was like, ooh, boy, they getting into it with HBO. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Now HBO is like fuck the Klitschko's, and Klitschko's is like fuck HBO. Then you know, if I decide to fight, you know, David Hay or somebody like that, don't expect it to be on HBO. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, I think David Hay don't want to fight y'all, and I think that's really up David Hay's alley right now. You know what I'm saying? That'll work well. Like, I don't want to fight him. He don't want to fight on HBO. Well, fuck him. You know, this and that. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to talk about Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao. We all know Timothy Bradley called out Manny Pacquiao, which we all know that Manny Pacquiao is not going to fight Timothy Bradley. Not because of the fact that it's not a good matchup. It's not what the fans want to see. It's what the boxing fans want to see, not what the just fans and just the public in general wants to see. Who knows Timothy Bradley? Everybody knows Manny Pacquiao. Nobody knows Timothy Bradley. If I ask anybody on the street who is Timothy Bradley, they're like, who the hell are you talking about? You go to any boxing fan and say, do you know Timothy Bradley? Hell yeah, he called out Manny Pacquiao the other night. See, that's the difference. See, this is the problem. Gary Shaw, former promoter of Manny Pacquiao, turned Manny Pacquiao into a star. Golden Boy and Bob Arum turned him into a mega star. Shaw is not willing to take a big risk with his money like Bob Arum is. They feel if they got a fighter, they're gonna go all out for it. Because honestly, I didn't think they was gonna put Pacquiao versus Claudio on pay-per-view, but it's Pacquiao, of course. The same thing, man, with a Timothy Bradley Manny Pacquiao. I look at it the same. Okay, if you put Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley on pay-per-view, 95% of the fans is going to be Manny Pacquiao fans. So he's getting a free ride, basically. And not just a free ride, he's getting a chance to turn into a superstar. But what's the problem? He's not with Top Rank. He's not with Golden Boy. That's a good thing for Gary Shaw. It's terrible for Bob Arum and Top Rank, but it's terrible. You know what I mean? But it's good. I mean, it's not good for Top Rank or Golden Boy. That's the problem. Both of them has tried to sign Timothy Bradley, but he's staying loyal to Gary Shaw, and that's the thing. So this fight might not ever get made because of the fact that Gary Shaw is not willing to risk having a 24/7 or risk, you know, putting it on pay-per-view when it might flop. It takes money, you know, into pay-per-view. A lot of times, you know, pay-per-view you have to put up a certain type of money, because it's a lot that goes into that. If you have to pay for that slot that night, because if you're trying to schedule a pay-per-view on Saturday night at from 7 to 11, pay-per-view, they're not gonna accept the fight, when they know, like, hey, you wanna fight this fight on that night, but what if it's only 10 buys? Hell, I could do pay-per-view movies and do better than that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like pay-per-view. A lot of times, if Gary Shaw call up HBO pay-per-view and be like, hey man, I want to put a fight on Saturday night, pay-per-view might be like, well, I got UFC, you know what I'm saying, I got this and I got that, and I got all these new movies coming out, I got the new Twilight, the new Harry Potter, the new this, the new that. I don't know if I really want to take that risk, you know what I'm saying, because you're not really a star to be trying to do no pay-per-view activities. Now, if you put up the money, then I'll do it. But see, that's where you go at. That's where you get Manny Pacquiao. You're like, well, it's Timothy Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum, he's not going to just do it like that, because pay-per-view going to want too much money. Bob Arum is going to give them whatever money they want to possess that slot. Meaning that this is how it goes. Bob Arum, he goes to pay-per-view and be like, I want to book a November 13th slot. He goes to Dallas Stadium, I want to reserve a November 13th slot. He goes to MGM Graham, he calls him up, I want to reserve a November 13th slot. That's the reason for the whole, the deal about Friday, the 16th or whatever the deadline, because it's a deadline to everything, meaning that these people need to know within a certain amount of time if you're going to, if you're reserving a room, they need to know within advance a certain amount of time you have to reserve that space, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't be reserving MGM Grand and Dallas Cowboy and now trying to reserve something in Monterrey, Mexico. It don't happen like that. That's the reason why he had the deadline. Now, you can't put a deadline out there for Mayweather, but Mayweather, as a smart individual, knows what the problem is. Okay, we're holding MGM Grand for that day, November 13th. Because he already knew Manny Pacquiao was going to fight that day. So Bob Arum, if he puts the money up to pay-per-view, he could fight any fighter. He could say, you know what, Manny Pacquiao is not going to fight November 13th. I'm going to schedule Antonio Margarito versus Miguel Cotto rematch for pay-per-view that day. They're not going to have a problem with Bob Arum at all, because they know whatever top rank throws, they're going to make a lot of money, regardless. So that's the thing. Timothy Bradley, Gary Shaw is not willing to do that for Timothy Bradley. If Gary Shaw called up pay-per-view and be like, hey, I want to schedule a pay-per-view for Timothy Bradley that night, more than likely pay-per-view is going to tell him, well, you need to give us $10 million up front to reserve, that date. And he was like, cool. They be like, so whatever you do over 10 million, you know what I'm saying, that's your money. We got our 10 million off top. We cool. We happy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, what if you only get 50,000 buys? You just lost your money, man. You didn't make your money back. You didn't even make 50%. So that's a risk that they're not willing to put up. But Bob Arum is willing to put up the money. So Timothy Bradley will be getting a free ride off of Bob Arum. And not just a free ride, his fighter would be at risk of losing. So what if Manny Pacquiao loses to Timothy Bradley or to Paul Williams? You get what I'm saying? You've just made another fighter into a superstar that's not with your promotional company. That's the problem. They're not with Top Rank. They don't want to sign. You've tried to sign Timothy Bradley and Paul Williams. They don't want you. They don't want Golden Boy. They want to stay with the guys they got because they feel like they could do a better job and they could venture off eventually on their own without them. That's the problem. That's what's going on between that. It's your boy, Call 713 Music, signing out.